Yo, my name's Motex and today I'm going to show you how to run the N64 on your Android device. So the first thing we want to do is download the actual emulator. The emulator is called the N64 Plus FZ. You can get it off the Google Play Store, so just download that onto the phone and I will get cracking on with this now. So here we go, we're going to get it on. So what you'll see in a moment is the screen pop up. So there you go, so you can see it all nice and dandy. Now it's got all my games on it already, which have been scraped, and we've got the cover art. But I'm going to walk you through step by step how to actually set this up. So the first thing we want to do is go into refresh ROMs and press start file picker. Now this is where you're going to have all your files. So this is going to be wherever you store them. I store them in a folder called the N64. We're going to press select and this is going to scrape all the files, and then we're going to get this beautiful library with all the box art. These are some of my favorite N64 games that I put on that I like playing on the go. You can put whatever games on you like. So we're going to get to the nitty gritty, the settings that everyone wants to know about. So firstly, what we're going to go on is display. Now render resolution. So this is absolutely crazy what it goes up to, native highest quality, and if we scroll down it just has pretty much every resolution you want. I stick with the 1640 by 1480 because that's what looks good on my phone. It looks the best on my phone. I don't really want to change it, I just keep it at that. If you do want to change it, that's totally fine to get them crisper graphics on the gameplay and phone. Now another thing I like to keep is the frame rate. I always like to see what kind of frame rate we've got going on with the game, so I like to keep that on. A couple of more settings in here that you can play about with. As I say, I'm not going to go into every single setting, but I will show you the key ones that you need. Next one is audio. As I say, you can mess around with this. I don't really touch this. Touchscreen, this is so when you've got the controller on the screen, if you want the opacity of the buttons 100%, it will block some of the game out. If you just want it at 60%, so you can still see what's going on in the game. Change it here, you can change the button styles, animated joystick, things like that. But this is the input as well. You can play around with this, nothing, I don't really touch any of that. So that's going to be it for the settings. Now this is the key important profiles. So you want to click on select a profile. Now the first one we have got is the emulation. So there is a variety of different emulators on this emulation on this profile. So we've got the Guild or Glide. I can never pronounce that, my dyslexia kills me every single day. But we've got different ones. So we've got the accuracy, we've got fast, accurate, fast, medium, very accurate, and then we've got the GLN64. So this is another one, and we've got two settings for that, and then we've got the rice, and then we've got the software rendering. So what's important to remember about this, guys, not all the games will run great on the same emulation, so you will have to do a bit of testing on it. On the gameplay later on you'll actually see what I mean. I tried a couple of different emulators out to find the best settings, especially on Perfect Dark. For some reason on the shooters I had to change it up a bit because it just, the FPS was there, but for some reason it was getting a bit of lag. I'm not sure why. Now touchscreen is key. This is where you set up your touchscreen on your actual phone. Now what I found, the actual default ones are a bit odd because, as I say, you need to have it like fingers or like up in the grill at the top, and I just don't like doing it like that. You can actually map the volume buttons to be buttons as well, which is really nice and nifty. But I'm just going to show you what I mean. So you can actually create your own profile. So let's go on to the bottom. Let's go on touchscreen, and then we'll go on one. We'll manage it for the time now, and then we'll go on new. We'll call it touch screen demo, and then we'll click next. We don't want that done, and now press OK. So this is the menu that you come up with. So you click on the button first, and then you click buttons, and it will give you all the buttons that you need for the N64 control. and then you can actually place them where you want. So we'll have the analog stick there. What I always find is the Z button is so awkwardly placed, so I like to place it down there. And then we've got the L and R buttons. Obviously you haven't got the back triggers, so I like to place them down here just so I've got a better access on my screen and so forth. Let's put the C buttons maybe down here, if it's going to let me do it, down there, and so forth. And then once you've done it, you just press exit and that will save. So now you've got that set up on your phone. Alternatively, if you want to use a Bluetooth controller, we've already got a variety of ones. Profiles enabled, the Android gamepad, we've got the iControl pad, USB N64 adapter. So if you've got an N64 controller and you've got the adapter, you can plug one of these bad boys straight in an N64 controller and play it like that, which would be amazing, but I haven't got one at the minute. I use the Xbox controller. If you're going to use the Xbox 360 one, word of warning, it doesn't map the buttons right. So I've actually had to go in and customize my own. So I just went in and manage it, and then we went on to Xbox and let's go edit and I'll show you. So that's my setup. Looks a bit strange on it because I'm not using a touchpad, but the one thing I will make you aware of, the C buttons don't map, and the R button and L button are a bit tricky. They're mapped really weird, so I put them on the top two triggers, and then the Z button just isn't mapped on the Xbox controller. If you pick that pre-built setting in it, it just isn't mapped and it's quite annoying. So I put the Z button on one of the back triggers, just made it that much easier. So that's that for that. So that's all your control profiles. And then we go further down, so you can have up to 4 different controller profiles, which is really nice. And that's basically it. You can also get multiplayer on it, but I've not really tested multiplayer out at the minute, so we're not really going to go into that. But that's the main settings that you need to actually set this device up. It's so quick and simple, guys. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to go on to we're going to stay here. I'm going to get wiped away in a second by some kind of transition or something, and we're going to watch some gameplay of the games. We're going to test them all out and I'll show you what they all like. As I say, some run better than others. Please bear in mind the device I'm using is pretty old. It's a Huawei P10. It's nothing to sing or dance about. Now if you've actually got a gaming phone built for this kind of stuff, then that's amazing, but I'm just showing how you can actually utilize any mobile at all. If you're into your retro gaming and you don't want to buy a retro handheld device, or if you haven't got the money and you just want to utilize your phone, you can actually do this for no money at all. So we're going to jump straight into the emulation now, and then we will come back after.
I'm a Luigi. No.
So that's it guys, that's how you run the N64 on Android. You can also do this on any Android, so it can be a laptop that runs Android, it can be a tablet, and it can even be a mobile. Now yes, some of the games didn't run perfect on it, you will need a bit of tweaking on that. As I said, play about with it. Maybe the device hardware that I've got running in that mobile at the minute, but you can see most of the games run flawlessly. So if you want to play some N64 on the go, I would highly recommend this. And guys, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you get all the new updates when the new videos come out. I always love to comment on your comments when you put them down below. I will always try and reply to them, so keep them coming guys. And we have got some various other videos down below now. Let's see, that way, is it that way, that way? So check them out. But as always guys, stay safe, take care, and until next time, I'll see you all soon.